What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 52 Haircuts a Year, a vlog where I take you along on a journey where I cut my hair, my own hair, 52 times in 1 year. And what that translates to is to one haircut a week for the whole year. This is episode number 9, which is also haircut number 9 this year, and we're also in week number 9 of 2018. Typically what I do is I kind of give you a rundown of what, if this is the first time you watch the vlog, I give you a rundown of what I'm going to do this week with my hair. And it's a simple buzz cut, and we go different sizes. And then kind of let you know what happened that week along with kind of the hair and the size that I went and the weather and all that good stuff. And then I go at it. I start cutting my hair, and we pick a topic to talk about. That's pretty much it. Once I'm done with the topic, I edit it and it goes super fast, kind of do a time lapse till the end of the haircut, and then I check out with you guys at the end and you see the finished product. So welcome to week 9, haircut number 9, and the hashtag over at Instagram is hashtag 52 haircuts a year. Don't forget also, while you're over there, follow my account on Instagram is Mr. Albert Lopez, the same name as this channel. Okay, so let's get started. There's the intro. Basically what happened is I typically cut my hair with a 1 clip, but last week I went ahead and I did a 2 clip, meaning it's a little longer than usual. So what I'm going to do this week again is I'm going to do a 2 clip one more time, and this kind of allows the straggling hair that didn't grow as fast as the first set to kind of grow out, and this week will be an official, I believe, 2 clip buzz cut. So that means all the other hairs that didn't reach out to be size 2 clip now kind of made it, will get cut this week. So this week I will be rocking a full-on 2 clip buzz cut. I think the following week though, episode 10, I'm going to go back to a 1 clip because it's starting to get a little warmer outside. That's not the main reason. I do notice that a 2 clip does start requiring a little bit more maintenance, meaning at that size, you do start getting bedhead. If you kind of sleep a little bit funny, you'll get a little area that's like this. And if you don't sit there and kind of fix it in the morning with water or product, maybe wear a beanie or a hat to flatten it out because the hair is so short, hit a little blow dry on it and fix it, it is going to look funny in the back or wherever it is that you have the bedhead. It'll look funny. So it does require a little bit more maintenance, and probably the number one purpose of me having short hair is to minimize the maintenance that I need getting ready every day. However, the give and take is that with a short haircut, you do have to cut your hair every week for it to look sharp. Other than that, it just starts looking sloppy. When you have long hair, you can maybe go 2-3 weeks and it'll look even better as it starts growing out. But with short hair, the moment, maybe at about 7 to 10 days, you'll start noticing that it's just a sloppy short haircut. So that's the kind of give and take. So we'll get started. Like I said, I'm doing a 2 clip. Another tip that I'll give you here too, if you start doing this, is the best, make sure that you do maintenance to your clippers all the time. What that means is clean them, keep them oiled. That's probably the biggest one. Make sure to keep them oiled. And what I mean by that is oil them before and after every use. So they stay oiled, and then they're nice and oiled before you use them. Since they're self-sharpening blades most of the time, if not all the time, I'm not 100% sure. I know it's true with mine. It helps minimize the friction, and then the sharpening kind of system works, and it also cuts the hair much better, and it doesn't miss any hairs, right? So there you go. That's my tip of the day, to keep your blades nice and lubricated and clean from every time that you use them, so you don't have hair buildup. So 2 clip. Today's topic, actually I'm gonna start with the back like I usually do. I did run out of my painter's tape, my 2-inch one, so I am using a black tape that I have laying around. It does the trick. So we'll get this out of the way, and then we'll get started. Boom, on the first shot. Some of the times I'm there quite a while trying to get that shot done. I think I did it. I think it took me like 10 times one episode. So there's the template. Make sure it's straight and make sure where you want it, and then just follow the template. When you're cutting your hair like this, make sure you go all the way down. Don't just go here and stop. Go here and stop. Go here and stop, because then you'll have hair down here. It'll look funny when you're at the cash register, in line at the cash register, and the guy behind you notices that you kind of just have like a little strip of clearness, and then down here, you're all hairy. So make sure you go all the way down. Some guys, I know how it is, you know, your neck hair connects with your back hair, so, you know, maybe you want to do this with your shirt off and go really low if you don't want to have the fuzzy hair peeking out from the top of your collar. You could go way down here, clean it all up. That's up to you though. Alright. That's the line. This tape is a little bit more aggressive than the painter's tape, so I'm a little bit more cautious when I take it out. So the topic for today that I'm going to talk about, again, 2-clip. May not cut that much. Yeah, more than last week. So a lot of the hairs did catch up. I might use my peanut. Last week I used the peanut clippers. This is a smaller one. It's by Wall. It's a little finer. The blades are a little finer. So since there's not that much hair being cut, I use that one. That may be the case. Maybe I'll do one pass through with this one, just to not. Yeah, I'll do one pass through with this one, and then I'll hit the peanut. What happens is the peanut misses less hairs, but then at the same time, because the blades are smaller, I don't want to put it through that much work, you know. That's why you got the bigger boy right here, which is the standard size machine. Okay, so today's topic that I was gonna talk about with you guys today was last week I talked a little bit about my kids, and with that same note in mind, I figured I'd keep it up with this week's episode. And yeah, see, it is cutting quite a bit. The title of this video is going to be teaching your kids or inspiring your kids. That's a big thing. I've always, seen it as try to inspire your kids, right? Inspire them through, the way you carry yourself and whatever it is that they do, and don't shoot down so much their mistake or at all their mistakes. And but the topic that I was going to talk about was act your age. The title of this video is going to be Act Your Age. Make sure that you act your age. Now that's a I'm sure that's not the first time you've heard that line, whether it was by when you were growing up or as you're growing up, or shoot, it could even be as an adult. I heard it later on in life. As maybe not a 6-year-old, but maybe as a 14-year-old, you hear it again, and maybe as a 17-year-old. But the way I translated it to them, because I'm sure they've heard it at school, whether it's to them, whether they got, a teacher told them that or something, or they heard it to another, they heard it told to another student. But the way I told them is, let me give you a retranslation, a reprogramming of that phrase. I find myself doing that a lot, I reprogram them from what they hear. They'll see a sign that'll say, hey, make sure you read, and then I'll add to it, yeah, but make sure you're careful on what you read. If you're which you should, invest time every single day to read, make sure that you're reading things that are beneficial to you most of the time, the majority of the time. So this one, back to what we're talking about, was act your age. When I told him, how old? Now I'm going to use, let's put the one clip on. Now I'm going to use the smaller one just to give it a couple pass-throughs to clean it up and pick up all the little hairs that the big machine didn't grab. So I'll ask him, or I'll tell him, how old? Typically when you hear that line, hey Albert, ask your age, that means I'm probably behaving immaturely. If you're 10, they expect you to act like you're 10, right? And you're probably behaving like an immature 4-year-old or 3-year-old, and that's commonly how it's used. So I told him, what? It also works the other way, in my opinion. And I'll ask him, think about it. Whatever I'm going to tell you, take it, mull it over, take what you want, throw away the rest, take it all. If you're 10 years old, how old should you be acting? You should be acting as much as a 10-year-old as you possibly can. Do every single thing that a 10-year-old should be doing. Think like a 10-year-old, act like a 10-year-old. Carry yourself like a 10-year-old. Act your age. If you're 10, act as much as you can as a 10-year-old. Because you're only going to be a 10-year-old 365 days. If you complete the whole cycle of being 10 years old. So you might as well, or you should, act 10 as long as you can, because in 12 months, in 365 days, you're going to be 11, and you should, at 11, act your age. You should act like an 11-year-old. You can't act like a 10-year-old no more, but maybe you shouldn't also be acting like a 13, 14-year-old at 11. At 11, maybe you shouldn't be doing or thinking or carrying yourself as a 14-year-old. Wait till you're 14 till you act 14. Enjoy 11 as much as you possibly can. Be a full-fledged 11-year-old, because 12 is around the corner. And then at 12, you got to act 12. Not a day more, not a day less. Because after that, and so on and so forth. So, that holds true all the way. It's not just when you're, because you never stop growing up till you expire, You don't stop growing up at 18. You don't stop growing up at 40. You don't stop growing up at 50. You still learn stuff. If your awareness is high and you're paying attention. So make sure you act your age. If you're 18, if you're 20, act 18. As long as you're 18. You have 365 days to act 18. But the moment you're 19, you got to start acting 19. And hurry up, because 20 is along the way. Enjoy it. You got to enjoy it, embrace it, and be as much as you possibly can of that age. I think a lot of the times what happens, or I've seen it happen, I should say, that folks sometimes grow up too fast. They act a lot older than they really are. And then they look back and say, dang it, I didn't do the things I should have done when I was 30 or 20 or late teens. So they start doing them later on. And that's nothing wrong with that. But how much better would it be if during your teens, you're as much as a teenager as you are. During your 20s, you're as much as a 20-year-old as you are. 30s, so on and so forth. And then maybe when you're 60 or 70, you can look back and say, I want to go do that again. But you did it when you were supposed to anyways. You're almost having seconds of the goodness. So that was my take on that. That's what I told them. Make sure that you're acting your age, and I don't mean that you're being immature. I'm just saying make sure that you take advantage. Make sure that you take advantage of whatever age you are, because you may not be the next year, and that's that. So whatever age you are, act that age as much as you possibly can, and enjoy it, because next year you gotta act that age. That's gonna do it for today's topic. I'm gonna finish up this haircut. Again, I'm doing a 2-clip all around, and I'm gonna trim this a little bit because I forgot to do it last week, and then I'll come back to the video as soon as I'm done. It'll go on time lapse, and then I'll check out what you guys say bye and all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in a bit.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, that does it for episode number 9, haircut number 9, week number 9 for 52 haircuts in 1 year. Thanks for watching. If you got any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you would like, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the little bell. This way you get notifications on when my video goes up. The window of cutting my hair is Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Sometimes Monday if stuff gets kind of crazy on my end, but I like to keep it within Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then get your alert that I'm on. Also, make your way over to Instagram, search at Mr. Albert Lopez, that's MrAlbertLopez, and subscribe to my Instagram where I do notifications on when my videos are up. I also have a little thing called Shirt of the Day where I display different items that I have for sale on my e-commerce store, so go check that out. And then I also show you kind of day-to-day stuff on my lifestyle with my kids, the things that we do, hanging out with my Rottweiler, doing a little bit of running, and just day-to-day stuff. We can interact over there as well. So make sure you go like my Instagram, go follow me on Instagram, and subscribe here to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Have a great one. Bye.